let's sign in, I guess. Okay, what do we have? We have minimum operations to make Uni-Value Grid. So we have given a grid. In one operation, you can add or subtract x from any element in a grid where all elements are equal. So for each element, return the minimum number of operations. So for example, I'm given 2, 4, 6, 8, x is 2, then plus minus 2, output is, so we take the middle value, 1, 2, 3, 5, so okay, 3, right? So okay, so we don't actually need a grid. We'll make the grid as an array or list, right? And then we get the middle value by sort the list, sort and get the middle. Once we have the middle, we will, but if our elements are odd and then x is 1, right? What if x was 3? There's odd and even numbers, so then we can't so let me give an example. If what I'm thinking is, see, if I have a grid where there is, let's say, 5 and 7 and I'm given 3, so 3 divided by 5 is 2 and 3 divided by 7 is 1. I could keep plusing or minusing. I can keep doing that operation on 5 and 7, but they would never be equal, right? So in order for them to be equal, I need to have like a similar remainder. Let's say there was 5 and 10. If I have 3, no, that still won't work. If I have 5 divided by 3 is what? I get 2 remainder. If I have 8 divided by 3 is equal to 2, right? So as long as our remainders are same, they should be, so we could sort out some test cases. This is by making remainder different, right? And then once we do get our, okay, let's make the grid into an array. So let me create an array list of what? Integers, should be integer called list new array list, right? Now we have to loop for, it doesn't matter how we get, right? For integer array, I'll call it row in grid, and then for each row, and then for integer I in, for each value in row, list dot add I, right? So this will add all the values to our array list. And then do I check, let me check first for integer I in let me look for let me get the remainder first. So let me have a remainder, teacher remainder equals to integer, let me remainder is equal to, let me get one remainder to compare. I added everything to the list, right? List dot get the first value 1 divided by x, right? That will give us modulus x, sorry, modulus x. So for so I will check if all of the remainders matches, and I must be less than list dot get size or size. List dot size. Think I might be doing this. List has array list is gets, I think size is the right method, right? If teacher remainder 2 equals to what, let me I equals to 1. I don't want to compare the first one. List dot get I modulus x if remainder is not equals to remainder 2. We return 0, right? Return -1. So if I return -1 from this loop, will it return? Yes, I think it should end that. So to sort, I could just use collections dot sort. What am I sorting? List, right? What would the medium integer mid is equal to list dot get what, list dot size divided by number of elements in the list divided by number of elements divided by, okay, how do I get the median? Median is, if I have list from 0 to 10, it will be list dot size divided by 2, or divided by 2. If I have a list of 5, the middle is 5 divided by 2, 3. Okay. So now let me have integer operations. Let me initialize to 0. Now we go through each of the list and we see how many operations are needed to get to that middle value, right? So if I have a list of 8, 7, well, let me arrange it. 7, 8, 9, and 11, and I'm given x is 1. I found the middle is 8, right? How many operations do I need to get to 8? So x is 1, so if I add 1, so 7 plus 1 is 8. Don't have to do anything, and 9 minus 1 is 8. 1, 2 for 11 is 11 minus 3 times 1 is 8. So 3, 4, and 5 operations, right? So what I have to do is I have to go through all the values that I've sorted, and remainder would be 8 minus 7. So for example, 11 minus 8, I get 3, right? But since I'm using x as 1, what if x was 2? Let me take another example. I have list 7. Let me just keep it even just for, okay. So I have the list as 2, 8, 12, and 14. Okay, and I got the mid is 2. Mid is, this is mid. Okay, and we're given x is 2. How many operations do I need? So operation, how many times do I need to get to 8? 3 times 2 is 6, 6 plus 2 is 8, right? So it should be 8 minus 2, which is equal to 6. But we don't need 6, we need 3, so divided by 2, 3, right? So we need to go, where am I? What happened to my, right here? Oh, right here. So for each operation, so for let's start get size. Let me just, because I've been using list integer n equals to list dot size, right? Yeah, make it n. List dot get n divided by 2, right? So for integer I equals to 0, I must be less than n and I plus plus. So what we need to do is we need to grab, we need to minus I. So number of operations plus equals to 8 minus 2, math dot absolute of mid minus get I, right? List dot get I, and then and then I need to divide it by the value we're given, x, and then we do return operations. Is that correct? Let's see, I might have some syntax errors anywhere, somewhere. A lot of syntax errors. List collect DIO collections. Cannot find. Okay, let's try now. Cannot find operation. Oh, we make it S operations. But I think one of the test case might not pass. Is it optimal though? Oh, it passed, but we're like right here. Let's see how the first guy did it. So they used frequency. Okay. Check negative cases. Okay, so what he's doing fully and found false. Integer current choice. Okay, so he has the first element, and then for each element he does he finds the number of same elements. Current choice minus y, frequency of y for integer in row. If found false, return -1. Okay, let me ask ChatGPT what's happening here. Let's see. Explain this code. I should have given him the description too. So okay, so you are allowed to Stefan, check if it's even what this means is for any number y you want to transform it into some target value, but you can only do difference for t numbers must be, for example, access to 3, a target is 7 difference. Oh, I see. So how we were using, so we were dividing everything by x, so we could also use the difference between the numbers. So okay, that's also a nice trick. I'll see you guys tomorrow.